In this video, we'll be covering the Boolean logic and operators exercise. Let's start with part 1. The first expression is comparing a string and a number with the same value, but since we're using double equals, we don't compare the type, so that difference doesn't matter. All we care about here is if the values are the same, and they are, so this expression will return true. In the next problem, we're using triple equals to compare two values with the same type, so this should return true as well. In this next problem, we're finding the remainder of 10 divided by 3 using the modulus operator. This should return 1 to us. Next, we're seeing if the remainder of 10 divided by 3 is the same type and value as the number 1. This expression should also return true. Next, we're seeing if true and false are both truthy statements, which they are not, so this should return false. Now, we're seeing if false or true are truthy, and since true is, this statement returns true. In the next step, we're seeing if the order matters at all in an or statement. In this case, it doesn't. We're still returning true. On to part 2. The following code should console.log keep it up. We do not need to specify is learning triple equals true because inside of an if statement, the value will be forced to a boolean. Since is learning is a truthy value, we do not need any type of comparison operator. We can just let the if statement force the value inside to be a boolean. In the next block of code, we will console.log third. The reason is because first variable and second variable are falsy values, which means inside of the conditional statements, their values will be false and the code inside will not run. The value of first variable when initialized is undefined. All variables, when assigned no value, are set to undefined. The value of first variable is not a truthy value because undefined is one of the 6 falsy values in JavaScript. The value of second variable is not truthy because an empty string is also falsy. The value of third variable is truthy because all numbers except for 0 and not a number are truthy values. On to part 3. Let's write an if statement and see if math.random is greater than 0.5. If it is, we'll console.log over 0.5. Otherwise, in an else statement, let's console.log under 0.5. That looks good. A falsy value is a value that is not necessarily a boolean, but when inside of a conditional statement, it is evaluated to false. The falsy values are 0, empty string, false, undefined, null, and not a number. In the next video, we'll discuss objects and arrays. See you there.